You got a good thing going here now that you've reopened the mines. Don't let it go to waste. I've always had a steady stream of work thanks to the Veteran Guard, so it hasn't affected me much. However, I've seen the smile on people's faces, and there's hope around here once again. Something we've been lacking for a long time. Take a look. Bring your weapons and armor to me. I'll fix it up right.
Looking for any potions, ingredients, alchemical supplies? As you can imagine, the eruption of the Red Mountain took an awful toll on Solstheim. Hunting for game has been scarce, and the waters are apparently too tainted for fishing. According to Councillor Morgan, my husband's been Raven Rock's most important food source for decades. I think I can teach you a thing or two.
Lead on.
So you're interested in my potions and ingredients? Remember, I have plenty of potions and ingredients if you're ever in the market.
If you ever need apothecary supply, all sorts of useful things, feel free to browse. Next time you're hungry, stop by.
It's busier now that things are starting to look up. Just what you see here. Need any supplies, you know where to find me.
Serve House Veteran or serve no?
I work for Mogrel. You got a problem, you talk to him.
There's something you need. Well,
The mine's open, people are buying drinks, and I'm making money again. Just like old times. The ash spawn attacks on the bulwark are getting worse. Captain Veleth is trying his best, but I think the Veteran Guard are overwhelmed. Come back any time. My doors are always open.
Yes? The mines are open and the shop is busy again. Thank you.
If you're dealing with me, there's only one. I might lend coin to people that
You
need
looking
it,
for trouble?
but I never.
Stay out of my way.
So shut
Teldrin Serro, blade for hire. If you have the coin, I'm at your
In life, I was but...
damn ash.
Look at me. I'm a different person. and I have you to thank for it. Doesn't everyone pity the hopeless? Look at me. I'm no better than a beggar. I used to be a miner. A good one, too. I made more gold digging up ore in a month than some people earn in a lifetime. When the mine dried up, I was lost. I have no other trade, so I spend my time drinking my fortune away at the wretched niche. Or I used to, anyway. That fetcher Geldis won't even allow me inside. Said I was bad for business. If I want to spend my last bag of coins getting drunk, that's my business. What does he care? You can try. If you can get that stubborn mule to let me into the niche, I'll make sure you get what's coming to you. Couldn't be better. The sections that are being opened up have revealed some huge deposits of ebony. Old Precious has a nose for exactly where to dig. If they'd only listened to him years ago, the town wouldn't have been in such dire straits. At this rate, I'll be able to put a roof over my head in just a few months. It might take more than a simple request to change Geldis's mind. It can be quite...
Merkel doesn't lend coin to outlanders.
Always a pleasure to
Your
watch when a
actions
man
here
like
have been
you
a
walks
blessing.
by.
Serve House Redoran or...
Welcome to the Retching Netch Corner Club. The mine's open, people are buying drinks, and I'm making money again. Just like old times. Have you seen the poor girl? She's a mess. Oh, she used to be richer than Councillor Morvain, and she's spending it all drowning in sorrow. As much as I love making coin, I can't watch her do that anymore. I won't.
I can taste it.
I suppose you're right. If she wants to spend her life at the bottom of an ale mug, it's her choice. Tell her she's welcome back any time. The finest sujamma to cross your lips, friend. My own personal formula that I call Sadri's Sujamma.
And the glistening
In fact, I've just added some new ingredients to the mixture that I think makes it taste better than ever. All I need to do is get the word out that it's ready, and they'll flock here for it. I was kind of hoping you'd say that. Here, take these samples of the sujamma and spread the word. If you get rid of all of them, there's something extra in it for you.
stranger to murder. Practice does.
Welcome to the Retching Netch, Outlander. What can I get you? How do you think? It's a blessing. I've got regular paying customers again. Thirsty workers at the end of the day, and more coin than I can count. There's actually a funny story behind the name, friend. A few years ago, I was walking down by the docks, and I noticed a Dunmer staggering along with a bottle of sujamma in hand. He was one of my patrons and liked to drink heavily, so I wasn't exactly surprised. Ah, but you see, this particular Dunmer was as naked as the day he was born, and singing badly at the top of his lungs. As I'm watching this spectacle, a netch floats over the bulwark towards him. The man looks straight up at the netch, yells, "Have a drink!" and tosses the bottle. And it never hit the ground. Well, the bottle broke on the netch, and it must have swallowed its contents because it started floating sort of tilted. Finally, it stopped and began to quiver. A few moments later, the foulest liquid to ever assail your nostrils spewed from its maw. I've seen plenty of drunks in me day, and I'll tell you right now, that netch was sick.
And I will follow.
True story, friend. True story. Watch yourself out there. Looks like an ash storm might be brewing.
Huh?
Always a... pleasure to watch when a man...
Look at me. I'm a different person. And I have you to thank for it. The day I refuse Sujama from Geldis is the day I sprout wings that fly off this rock. Well then, I suppose I'm off to do what I do best. Here, this was something I carried around in happier times. Maybe you can find a use for it. See you in the mines.
It
I
gets
don't know what
lonely
you...
out here.
Don't be put off by my husband's mood. He enjoys having visitors. Well, that sounds lovely. Thank you. Be careful out there.
You got a good thing going here now that you've reopened the mines. Don't let it go to waste. Perfect. I was just thinking about heading over for a drink. Thanks for saving me the trip. Bring your weapons and armor to me. I'll fix it up right.
Oh, hello. You looking for a handout or something? Well, tell Geldis that Miri says she really appreciates it. Don't stay away for too long.
Don't pity me. And don't look at me like that.
I don't know,
what I am.
I should mix some of this into my next potion. Who knows what would happen? Remember, I have plenty of potions and ingredients if you're ever in the market.
You've brought so much hope to our people. We are forever in your debt. Sure, got nothing better to do. May your path be free from danger.
Your contribution to our community will never be forgotten. Azura protect you, Serial. Not today. Too many things on my mind. Pleasant journey, Serial.
We are bonded now, you and I, joined through the powers of the Void. In life, I was but a speaker for the Black Hand, but you have been named Listener. There is no higher honor.
I'll give you this warning only
I
once.
work for Mogul.
Stay out of my way.
You got a problem, you talk to him.
Look at me. I'm a different
You've brought
person.
so much hope to
And
our
I have
people.
you to
You're
thank
right.
for it.
Always a pleasure to taste anything Geldis comes up with. Next time you're hungry, stop by.
It's busier now that things are... Geldis needs to bottle this up and send it to the mainland instead of wasting his time out here. His drinks are outstanding. Thanks. If you need any supplies, you know where to find me.
Splendid. Another mouth to feed.
Take that swill and pour it down a well. Fight well.
Mogul doesn't lend coin to outlanders. Look somewhere else. You looking for trouble?
While you leave your... I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend?
Your efforts in Raven Rock have proven most invigorating for my husband. Oh, how kind. Thank Gelders for me, won't you? Good journey.
I'm afraid that I can't thank you enough for reopening the Ebony Mines. You've brought light... What? Oh, no, thank you. I need to keep my head clear. I appreciate the help you've
Your
been
contributions have earned you citizenship here. Good old Geldis is always managing to keep our spirits up. And our eyesight hazy.
A random stranger to murder. Practice does.
With the mines open, Raven Rock has become a significant colony of the Dunmer people again. I've been able to convince my superiors at House Redoran to send me the resources that they've been denying, now that we're
Redoran
deemed
Council
more
tasked me with
important.
keeping Laurel alive. Which
Soon,
I've done without
we'll have a
question for
steady
over
supply of
100
workers and materials to keep things going for years to come.
We all owe it to
Solstheim is
mines.
theoretically under my
Might
rule,
suddenly turn
but
my
without revenue from the mine, I lack the
sorry.
resources to actually govern anything but Raven Rock itself. Not that there's much beyond the confines of our town anyway.
Me is missing.
Well, there's a small enclave of Nords to the north in Skarl Village. They pretty much keep to
All we can
themselves,
do is
and we
make
both
the
like it
most
that
of what
way.
we have.
Then there's Tel
I was
Mithrin to
but
the
a
east.
speaker
The
for the Black
Telvanni live
Hand,
out there,
but
sort
you
of a strange
have
lot.
been named
But since we're both from Morrowind, we get along.
There is no
Other than that, Solstheim is crawling with bandits and weaklings. But that's to be expected living in a frontier like this. You've never heard of House Redoran? We're the mightiest of the great houses, and we lead the council, the ruling body of Morrowind.
all hail the
This isn't
savior
Skyrim,
of the
Outlander.
Dark Brotherhood.
A group of powerful and influential Dunmer families have been ruling Morrowind for millennia. They embody a council made up of 5 great houses: Telvanni, Dres, Endoral, Sadras, and Redoran. Well, of course, with 4 other houses on the council, someone has to keep the rabble organized. Our house leads the council by virtue of our preeminence in battle, wisdom, and ancestral glory. Yes, I imagine it would to someone not of our people.
The dread
If you're interested in pursuing the subject, help yourself to any of the historical volumes in my library. My doors are open if you wish to discuss matters involving Raven Rock.
The entire island isn't covered in ash, you know. They have
You
huge
brought
ice
Raven
fields
Rock
up
back from the
north,
brink,
and it's
Traveler.
freezing up there.
I don't know how to thank you. May I have a word with you, Counselor?
Of course, Sindiri.
I remember
I was
Skyrim
concerned
from my
about our food
youth,
stores.
and the glisten.
Jalen.
Your enemies will soon know the wrath of Sithis.
You can go where you please.
Can't.
Need something?
Welcome to the wretched net. The mine's open, people are buying drink. Perfect. All that's left now is to go ahead and wait for the patrons to come in. As promised, here's a little something for yourself. Come back if you're feeling thirsty. I'll set you up right.
Need something?
citizen.
Are you here to pray? Or perhaps pay your respects at our ancestral tomb? There where we inter our dead. Sadly, we've been unable to use the ancestral tomb beneath the temple as of late. Those foul vermin. They are befouling the memories of our... Thank you, Wanderer. That would be most kind. Here, this key should open the door to the tomb. The reclamations are the true tribunal. The Daedra that consecrate the Dunmer people. Azura, Methala, and Boethia. We call them the true tribunal because they have reclaimed their place in our hearts from the false tribunal that came before. Sotha Sil, Amalexia, and Vivek represent what was. Beings who won the Dunmer people's hearts with their actions, but blinded them just the same. They were aberrations, false prophets. They used their status as heroes to shield the true tribunal from our minds. But now that they've been destroyed, the light can finally shine upon the House of Reclamations. The Dunmer race doesn't bury their dead, or leave them to rot inside a stone sarcophagus. When a Dunmer passes, his body is given to fire, so he might return to the ash from whence he came. The Dunmer don't believe that death is the end. We believe that it's the beginning. Be cautious, friend. The ash spot. You honor the reclamations with your actions. This will not... Attendant, why has the door to the lower level been locked? No. Be cautious.
Are you
friend.
certain, Elder?
The ash spawn... Of course I'm certain. I wished to bless the tombs with the monthly invocation, but I couldn't get the door to open. I'm certain it's only stuck, Elder. I'll speak to Glover Mallory and see if he can take a look at it. You may have everyone fooled, but I see... Excuse me, but the temple is for followers of our faith alone. Outsiders aren't welcome here. Elder Arthroloth is grooming me to be his eventual replacement. Soon I'll be running the...
Who's there? I knew it. Done and done. there? Who's there? Done and done.
You honor the reclamations with your actions. This will not be forgotten. Spirits be praised. I'm hoping you didn't suffer much at the hands of those foul beings.
Please, accept this as a token of my thanks.
May Azura, Mafala, and Boethia guide you.
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend?
Your contributions have earned you citizenship here, friend. I'll always consider you one of us.
You've
My
brought
doors are
Ravenlock
open
back
if you
from the
wish to
brink,
discuss
Father.
matters.
May the Allmaker protect us from whatever dark power took control of the Skull. A trade ship from Skyrim struck ice off the coast near the village, and the Skull took in the surviving sailors. My mother fell in love with one of the sailors, my father, and eventually returned with him to Skyrim.
From my youth and the
Sadly, no. She died in Falkreath, where I was born. I came across a few of my mother's old things not long ago. Among them was a necklace that my father gave to her when they were married. I believe she would want it placed upon her tombstone in Falkreath, as a symbol of her undying love and the great sacrifice she made for it. If you find yourself in Falkreath, please give this amulet to the priest Brunel and tell him that I sent you. He will understand. I don't have much to give in reward, but return to me when the task is done and I'll do what I can. Thank you, Skull friend.
Have you heard the tale of Matthew?
Well, my mother used to say that I was born an angry child. It's true that my heart has always been restless, and fighting was the only way I could find peace. I was a soldier for a time, and then a mercenary, but I was never truly happy until I came here. Well, the dragons are a constant danger, but so far they have taken little interest in our village. Thank the All-Maker for that. But have they forced us to change the way we live our lives? No, not at all. They are but one more hardship, added to the many we already endure. Farewell.
My father was a noble man, and a true Skal. My heart is still heavy with the loss of my father. She died when I was very young. She was caught in a terrible snowstorm while returning home from gathering firewood. You must understand that for the Skal, life is a constant hardship. We take nothing for granted. We cannot afford to. Between the wolves, the weather, and the threats in the south, even a simple task like gathering wood for the fire can turn deadly in an instant. We are bound to this land, like a great pine with roots that run as deep as the tree is tall. I know it must seem strange to you, but for us, the thought of leaving our village is equally strange. The land and the Skal are one. There is no other way to say it. It was Scarf the Giant, our former chieftain, who taught me the ways of battle. He was a great bear of a man, and a fearsome warrior, I used to be terrified of him when I was a little girl. I was a restless and angry child, and Scarf taught me swordplay so that I could, as he used to say, put that fire to good use. He was a great man, and a good leader. I miss him dearly. I have been preparing for it all my life. There is no question that I'm ready, but... It is not right that I should say this, because I must honor my father's wishes, but... This is a path I never chose. I always thought that I would be a great hunter, or even a village chieftain. Not if Fenari has anything to say about it. When it comes to being chieftain, she is like a wolf with her jaws clamped tight upon a fresh kill. But that's all right. The Skal need a shaman, and I know that is my place. Farewell, outsider. My father was a nobleman. My heart is still heavy with the loss of my father.
The Northern Maiden is shipshape and ready to go.
Just my luck. Stuck in the sticks with this crazy old woman.
You're not as dumb as you look.
My husband Matthias and I tend Corpse Light Farm.
Gust is responsible for the cemetery here in Falkreath. I take care of the shrine. Morwen, you say? Now, there's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Left to join her mother's people on Solstheim, as I recall. I knew her parents quite well, you know. Vera and Ulfar were good people, very much in love. Now, what can I do for young Morwen? Ah, yes, Vera's silver necklace. It was a wedding gift, and she rarely took it off. I'll be glad to oblige. What a touching gesture, to display the symbol of her devotion in such a way. Tell Morwen I'll be happy to grant her request.
The savior
I'm sure it will bring joy to her mother and father as they walk in Asterius.
If you're looking for passage, talk to Captain Gyalu.
My son and I gather items to trade with travelers who visit the village. Many hunters pass through our village, and sometimes the Dark Elves of Ravenloft visit us. They bring us things from their homeland that we can't find on the island, such as spices, fine cloth, and ores that we cannot mine here. It's true we Skull prefer a simpler life than some, but we do still enjoy luxury from time to time. Mostly things from the village or the land around it. Have a look. His name is Nicholas. He's a good lad, strong and loyal. I only wish he wasn't so eager to leave the village. I've tried to tell him that the world beyond our lands is dangerous and cruel, but he won't listen. Perhaps someday I would have to. Nicholas here. You see, his father, my husband, was recently lost to us. Nicholas is all that I have left in this world. I know it is selfish of me to say so, but I cannot lose him. Not while I still grieve. Also, I know his heart. Nicholas is reckless and foolish, like most young men. He cannot understand what awaits him in the wide world. You would do that? I know he would listen to you. You've been out there in the wide world. You know its perils. Yes, perhaps you can convince him. I would be grateful if you would do this thing, outsider. I hope that you can make my son see wisdom.
The weapons of the skull will never... Take a look.
The dread Father works through me.
May the Allmaker protect us from whatever... You've brought warmth to my heart, outsider, and I'm in your debt. Please, accept this as a token of gratitude. Once again, you've proven yourself an ally to the Skull.
Call you a friend. You must still respect our way.
I'm sure the Allmaker has more important concerns than you.
I am called Wolf Wildblood. I am first hunter of the Skull. In days past, my brother Torkild and I would share the hunt, but that was long ago.
Lead, and I
know a warrior when I see one, friend. In days past, my brother Torkild and I wish I could tell you. He had a wild gleam in his eye, more so than most. In my darkest times, I fear he fell in among the werebears of the glacier. Twisted beasts, a curse of here seen. True bears are noble and great creatures of the wild, but the Daedra have no skill for creation. So they defile the Allmaker's workings. I've heard tell of men who, by curse or by heart's desire, become transformed into one of those vile things. It is a pitiable fate, and one that I fear has fallen to my brother. He set off from here so long ago, it's hard to say. Could be in Hammerfell for all I know. If you happen to cross his path, be wary. He was a fierce warrior as a man. If he fell prey to his more bestial side, he could be dead yet. He never felt the call of the Allmaker, as I do. As we all should. We seek to live in peace with the land. But he had an eye for dominance and strength. For unnatural strength. You need look no further than the beasts of this island, mangled by the Daedra. It's not a fate I would wish on anyone, and not what I wanted for my brother. When we stalk large game, I lead our hunters in tracking the beast. It is also a way of saying that I am the most skilled hunter in the village. I doubt that an outsider could truly understand. But I hope my words have helped to answer your question. When we stalk large game, I lead our hunters in tracking the beast. It is also a way of saying I doubt that an outsider could truly understand. But I hope my words have helped to answer your question. The first piece of wisdom I teach to any hunter of the Skull is to ask the simple question. Should I truly kill this beast? We take only what we need, and so we preserve the oneness with the land. The Skull hunt not for sport, but to survive. We believe that all creatures have a right to live as they will, and when we take what we need from them, we thank the beast for its gifts. The less we disturb the land and the beasts within it, the more we respect the wishes of the All-Maker. Deer, bear, and horker provide most of what we need for skins and meat. Sometimes, when the wolves grow too bold and threaten the village, we must hunt them to cull their numbers. It's all in the swing, let me show you. Good day.
Very well. I'll ask
I do enjoy sharing stories of my travels in Tamriel with young Nicholas. I've tried to interest the villagers in reading and history. I haven't had much luck. Well, let me think. I suppose it's been nearly a year now. My goodness, how the time has flown. Well, not so far. They think I'm a bit strange, but they seem to tolerate me. In fact, they've been very accommodating, hospitable even. They seem happy to talk about their traditions and history. Oh, no, most certainly not. I'm a historian. I'm here to learn about the history of Solstheim. Solstheim is a fascinating place. We know so little about its past. There are many mysteries that remain unsolved. Yes, that was a most disturbing experience. But to answer your question, the architecture was strange, almost otherworldly. Given that, and the considerable power it must have taken to affect our minds so completely, it would suggest the work of a powerful mage. Either that, or perhaps a Daedra. If so, then may the Nine protect us. Powerful and malevolent entities who make their home on the plane of oblivion. Some of the more powerful among them can exert their influence within our world, and when they do, men inevitably suffer. Until next time, then.
I've seen outsiders in our village before. None were like you. Perhaps I'll be the first Skull to slay a dragon. That would be worthy of a tale. That's right. I want to go out into the world and earn great glory. I want to hunt the deadliest creatures and claim vast riches. I'm wary of living in this village. I want to do something with my life other than farm, fish, and hunt deer. I know it must be hard for an adventurer such as you to understand this, but we Skull live very boring lives. There is truth in your words. She has not been herself since my father's death. I can see that in my eagerness for adventure, I have forgotten my duties as a son and as a Skull. You have helped me to see wisdom, and I thank you for that, Skull friend.
There is murder in the air.
The weapons of the Skull will never be
What do you
dull.
need, my friend?
Baldor Iron
Strength
Shaper.
and courage to be always with you.
I hope you will give me word. Every winter, the ash from the angry mountains.
Go and see Edla.
I hope that Nicholas will hear your words. May the All-Maker bless you with many sons and daughters outside. Once again, you have shown that you're a true friend of the Skull. I wish that I could give you a reward that is equal to the joy in my heart. But I don't have much to offer one who has so much already. Perhaps these will prove useful to you. These herbs are unique to the island, and their light cannot be found elsewhere. Until next time.
Only when you have need.
Mother worries when I walk too far from the village. She says a dragon might snatch me up, but I want to be a great hunter like wolves. I practice
The others
stalking
call you
prey
a
on
friend.
rabbits and foxes.
Talk another time, perhaps.
The ash from the Red Mountain has made the land sick.
Treachery of Cheaden Hall. Killboy's mother. And vengeance festered in the sun.
It is the will of the Allmaker.
It brings me great comfort to know that
I just did one just this morning.
I thank you.
So soon? Must be hungry for it. I'm sure we can strike a bargain. I do so love dealing with mortals.
The dread. Father works through me. His work has just begun. All hail the savior of the Dark Brotherhood. All hail the listener.
treasure. Lost. They attacked us. Those bastards at Frostle. Stole our treasure. Wait, forget I said that. That's my treasure. You can't have it. Now ain't this a surprise?
Where'd you come from?
That's not your fault.
Have you heard the tale of Matthew Bellamont and the great treachery of Jaden Hall? Culebor's mother, and vengeance festers in the sun. My listener.
Who's there? I knew I heard something. That'll teach you. Who's there? I
Talk to
Order
Captain
laden,
Gallon
ship
if
shape
you're looking
and
for
ready to go.
passage.
Don't suppose you'd want to take that fire somewhere else? You know, somewhere away from me?
I'm telling you, Ulfric's planning an attack on Whiterun.
Speak with Legate Ricka. She will determine if you are Legion material. I'm originally from Cyrodiil, sent here at the request of the Emperor himself. I'm often ordered to places with problems that need fixing. Now, while I'm certain this is all terribly interesting to you, I have important matters to attend.
That's not what my scouts report, sir. Every day more
The Legion's always been here.
Riften, Dawnstar,
Without
and
us to
Winterhold
keep
support
order, the provinces would fall into barbarism and lawlessness. Especially Skyrim. Take, for example, Ulfric Stormcloak and his little rebellion. But rest assured, his days are numbered. Ulfric Stormcloak's head rolling away from his lifeless body. I'm losing my patience with this damn war. We must take Hjalmarch back. The Stormcloaks will be beating upon the doors of the capital soon. Ulfric will want to take Whiterun from us, but we will hold fast. We can't give the rebellion free rein through the center of Skyrim. It's not a cause, it's a rebellion.
Call it whatever you like, General. The man's going to try to take Whiterun. You survived Helgen? General Tullius told me what happened. Not many made it out alive. I've got a good feeling about you, and I don't often get good feelings about anything. A warrior knows to trust her gut. I'm not going to go through the normal process with you. I've got a little test lined up. Pass that, and we'll talk about you joining the Legion. The kind that evaluates your usefulness during duress. I'm sending you to clear out Fort Hrogstad. If you survive, you'll pass. If you die, then I'll have no further use for your corpse. The ancients built many of the fortresses that dot the landscape of Skyrim. Sadly, most have fallen into disrepair, and nearly all have been overrun with bandits or other vagabonds. Fort Hrogstad is one of the few that remains mostly intact. We're going to install a garrison there, but first, you're going to clean out the bandits that have moved in. Yes, this is a test. I don't think you're regular militia material. I want to see what you're capable of. Well, if you change your mind, you know what to do.
Jarl Balgruuf.
Balgruuf refuses. Legion's right to garrison troops in his city. On the other hand, he also refuses to acknowledge Ulfric's claim.
Take care with those flames.
Give us a straight answer.
He's a true Nord. He'll come around.
Don't be so sure of that. We've intercepted couriers from Solitude. The Empire's putting a great deal of pressure on the Whiterun.
Speak with Galmar. He'll size you up and see where we can
If
best
he's
use
not
your
with
talent.
us, he's against us.
My father, the great bear of Eastmarch, died during my imprisonment after the Markarth incident. I, his only son, forced to deliver his eulogy via letter I had smuggled out of prison. Such is the love of Titus meat for his subjects. When finally set free, I returned to Windhelm and was greeted by a city in mourning, at one with my own grief and anger, clamoring in angry voices, calling out for justice, for war. They sat me on the throne of Ysgramor, the throne of my father. I only hope I can prove worthy of that honor. I killed Toruk to prove our wretched condition. How is the High King supposed to be the defender of Skyrim if he can't even defend himself? Indeed, Elisif has become Jarl of Solitude, historically and conveniently home of the High King, backed by Imperial interests. But the Moot has not yet met to name her High Queen, and they won't. Not as long as I have any say in it. There hasn't been a true High King in Skyrim for generations. For too long, he's been hand-picked by the Emperor, and given emphatic nods by milk-drinking Jarls addicted to Imperial coin. It's time we had a real High King, one of our own making. I killed Toruk to prove our wretched condition. I challenged him in the traditional way, and he accepted. There were many witnesses. No murder was committed. True, he didn't stand a chance against me. But that was precisely the point. He was a puppet king of the Empire, not a High King of Skyrim. His father before him, perhaps, but not Toruk. He was too privileged and too foolish. More interested in entertaining his queen than ruling his country. There hasn't been for too long, he's been hand-picked by the Emperor. It's time we had a real High King, one of our own making. We're fighting because we're done bleeding for an empire that won't bleed for us. Untold numbers of Nords died defending the Empire against the Dominion. And for what? Skyrim being sold to the Thalmor so the Emperor could keep his throne. We're fighting because our own Jarls, once strong, wise men, have become fearful and blind to the people's suffering. We're fighting because Skyrim needs heroes, and there's no one else but us. Now that the Empire has been driven from the Reach, we can put a stop to the raping of her silver mines. That silver belongs in Skyrim. I'm not sure why Tullius is wasting his time trying to take Winterhold from us. But if he wants to throw his men away, I'll gladly accept that gift. Tullius has camps in the Pale, entertaining thoughts of battle. The Empire still underestimates the force of our cause. It will be their undoing. Soon enough, we will march on Solitude, and on that day the heroes of Sovngarde will march with us, and the Empire will fall to its knees in fear. Not entirely true, though not entirely false either. Any Nord can learn the way of the voice by studying with the Greybeards, given enough ambition and dedication. My shouting Toruk to the ground proved he had neither. However, it was my sword piercing his heart that killed him. The Imperials have already dug into Whiterun. We'll wrest it from them soon enough. We must. Its central position is key. Take care. Talos, watch over you.
Helgen, huh? Ulfric told us quite the story. If you made it through all that, you're likely worth something to me. Now, but first, tell me, why does a foreigner want to fight for Skyrim? Fair enough, but are you willing to die for your home? Can't fault anyone for that. As long as you hate the Empire as much as I do, That I can work with. All right. But before I can put you to use, I need to know how much you can take. I have a little test for you. That's what I like to hear. So long as you can back up those words with steel. I'm sending you to Serpentstone Island. If you survive, you pass. If you die, well, you weren't going to be much use to me anyway. It's where men have tested their metal for ages. It's a strange rock formation built by the ancients. Something about that place attracts the ice wraiths. You kill an ice wraith out there, and I'll have all the proof I need about you. Only the ones I'm not sure about. This will prove your abilities, but more importantly, it will prove your commitment. We'll see about that, won't we?
He knows that. They all know that.
How long are you
Stormcloaks are finding victory across the land.
I need to send Bolgraf
Travel safely.
message.
It's dangerous out there.
If by
I hope
message
the wilds
you mean
claim you one of these days.
through his gullet.
You have something to say, dog?
Taking his city
Something
and
on your
leaving
mind?
Being in exile is the most humiliating thing. Everyone knows the Thieves Guild uses the old sewer system beneath Riften as their hideout.
I feel
Keeping
so
my
helpless
I
out
don't
here.
like talking to
The
someone
people
who...
who ripped into
Everyone knows the
Paradise
Thieves...
failed.
I'd go down there myself, but that would leave Jarl Layla unprotected. I'm keeping my eye on him.
We'll need the support of our army.
We're ready.
Hey!
There's a nip in the air. Cold won't be good for my crops. Never is.
What? Nakast!
Hey! Watch it!
I need to ask you to stop. That... Good. Glad we straightened that out.
I had my years of war and fighting. Senseless. All of it. All I want now is a break and a patch of good soil.
I am your sword and your shield.
What? Nakast!
To you, we give praise and deserve our praise.
Divines bless you. May the ground you walk quake as you pass. Enjoy your visit to Dragon's Reach.
We can never rest easy, for Balgraf's enemies.
Absurd that you can't get good sweet
I've got
rolls
my eyes
in
on
the
you.
skeever hole of a city.
May the gods watch over your battles, friend. With good planning and constant vigilance. Even now, my court wizard, Farengar, continues his research into ways we might drive back these terrors. We must also have ample reserves of water to combat the fires that will surely spread after an attack. But our greatest weapon? Courage. For if we cannot kill the beast, we must at least have the tenacity to drive it back. Until brave heroes step forward to destroy these monsters, that is the best we can do. No doubt, he thought it was the only way to make his point. And also, because he knew he could. If it's the war you're referring to, I'm on the side of Whiterun. No doubt General Tullius and his friends in the Empire will tell you that I owe them my loyalty. And perhaps I do. Ulfric Stormcloak would say that I owe my allegiance to the Nord people as they fight for Skyrim's independence. Perhaps this is also true. The day might come when I am forced to draw my sword for one side or the other. But that day has not come yet. Now, if you don't mind, I've got a city to keep.
Divine smile on you, friend. You tried mercenary work? It might... No, friend. That I'm not. But I get along with your kind well. No, I'm a Redguard. My family hails from the Imperial Province. But I left home when I was just a lad. Then what... ever since. Sometimes I miss the soldier's life, but when I hold my daughter in my arms, I know I made the right choice. Huh? Right then.
If my cleaning gets in your way, just say the word and I'll be off. This here is...
For a dragon to attack Kyne's Grove. Why? Why there? Is he no...
What is it? All right, let's see what you have.
Hearn and I do so adore guests. These guards are such a bore. Doing some building, eh? We can deliver it wherever. I'll have them hold over right away. Doing some building, eh? I'll have them hold over right away. Doing some building, eh? I'll have them hold over right away. Other people just make things complex. Out here, Hearn and I can get every...
Good.
Who's there? What now? All right, let's see what you have.